Zoom conference, you make me want to punch a baby. Are you guys ready?
Yes. Not for you to punch a baby. I'm ready to do the show, though.
All right. Watch out, babies. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Restream. This podcast is sponsored by Restream. Why live stream to one platform when you can simultaneously live stream to every platform to discover new audiences faster using Restream.io?
Facebook gaming top 10 tips. We're not wasting time today, so grab your pen and paper. We're starting off at number 10 with something that both you, AWOL, and Mr. Perrin have both been heavily testing. Let's talk little mobile games.
You got to stream the mobile games on Facebook. I mean, obviously, once we swapped over to streaming mobile games, we saw a huge difference. Facebook is carving out itself out a niche in the gaming live streaming area, I guess, with mobile games. And since Facebook is worldwide, mobile games are the most accessible games in different countries out there. PC gaming is actually pretty niche. So if you really want to maximize audience, mobile games are the way to go. Just look at the top 3. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, 141K. Mobile Legends, 54K. Free Fire, 50K. And it goes on and on and on.
I can attest to this. I started streaming Call of Duty Mobile as opposed to Minecraft Dungeons recently. And I quintupled, 600% plus did my audience by going with popular mobile games on Facebook. Just makes sense. You're tapping into that international audience. The Facebook algorithm loves it. You just got to go mobile games for the most part. There's a few small exceptions, such as Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Dota 2, regular PUBG, and GTA 5. So it's not the ones you would think.
Fair enough. Okay, let's go ahead and jump in to number 9. Using polls. Now, I've used them on Twitter and stuff like this, but I've never actually used them in a gaming live stream. How effective are they?
I mean, if you put them, we do a particular strategy where we've been asking our audience, have they reacted to our streams yet, as in the poll. And on the video, it brings up a lower third. It's nice and big. The buttons are huge. The text is huge. And this works well to get people to engage with your stream. And it's one of the ways to really drive the numbers up. Plus, you can just really put some cool extra content in there that can be relevant. Like for me, I'll ask my audience, what hero should I play next? And I'll do a poll. It's just another layer of way to engage with them, but it combines really, really well for additional engagement, which are important to gain more followers on your Facebook streams.
I agree. And there's some tactics you can do with polls. Results are out maybe, but you can do a poll that says like, have you reacted to my live stream yet? Or have you liked my live stream yet? Or I've seen other people doing like, are you a fan subscriber yet? Things like that. And you can actually use the poll from time to time to boost some of your other numbers and other stats that you want to grow on Facebook. The poll is super prominent at the bottom of the screen on Facebook gaming. Like it is giant down there. Yeah. They really give it a ton of real estate as opposed to other platforms. So it's a tool that's at your disposal. It's just a giant call to action bar. Use it to your advantage.
Right. Okay. Number 8, using pinned comments effectively. So there actually is an effective way to do this, correct?
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Perrin, you might want to pull up one of your streams on the screen. Hold on a second. I'm going to pull up the screen right now. See this giant poll right here on my stream? To go back to the previous point, did you buy the Season 8 Battle Pass? Yes, sir, nope. For those of you that are watching this on YouTube or on Periscope or the other places we're restreaming, look how giant that poll is. It's so nice. But pinned comments, there are a couple different strategies for pinned comments, right, Perrin? There's kind of the one where you're like pinning a comment that that's one of those call to actions, right? Have you liked? Have you followed? But there's also stuff where you can just pin Facebook stars, right? Or pin something the community did that was very favorable. What sort of strategy are you using with pinned comments?
So I've been doing I will reiterate the have you reacted to the stream yet in the comment, kind of piggybacking off the strategy that you were testing. And that's worked really, really well to drive up engagement. Another thing that occurs specifically in like the game that I'm streaming with Mobile Legends is you can do giveaways and you can provide directions. I have a lot of viewers coming in asking to play with me, but there's very specific directions and things they need to do before that can happen. So I can put very clear directions there and pin it. And then when people come into my stream and they're asking me the same question, over and over and over again, all I have to do is say, hey, check out the pinned comment. I already answered that, instead of re-answering the same question. So you can use it to kind of address the needs of your audience as needed, right? And it's really, really good for giveaways. It's really, really great for fan subs. It's good for pinning a great star donation, especially if they have a really, really good comment to convince other people to maybe do stars. So there's lots of great uses for it. You should be using it every time you stream.
Cool. Fair enough. I like it. Number 7, keeping going down the list here. Engage with star donations in a creative way. Now, I've watched a lot of Facebook streams, and you guys both have kind of similar creative ways to how you do this. Most people don't even acknowledge it. So let's talk about the creative ways that maybe you guys have tried.
Hold on a second. Who are these savages that are getting free money from people on the internet and are just ignoring it and being like, go to hell? Who's even doing that?
It's the ones that are getting so much of it that you just can't keep count.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Those people, I can maybe sympathize if you're getting so much money you can't recognize people. But Perrin, one thing that I know you've done, and it's a classic, you're doing it, you're showing some of your alerts on the screen right now. You have that big prominent star notification. It's maybe even more prominent than your other ones with a crazy blam 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 sound effect. I'm going to use your sound effect because it's so prominent and so sparkly. What else are you doing to emphasize stars? I mean, you've got your cool monitor back there in the background. It seems like you're doing something a little extra that other people aren't.
Yeah, so on the stream here, we've been using this pen tool all the time where I come in here and I highlight stuff. It's called Epic Pen. And what I did was I just took my extra monitor on the side here and I started drawing people's names up there with their number of their star donations and drawing a little star behind it. I noticed immediately when I did that, there was like a 10,000% increase in the amount of stars I was getting because I would start doing that. And while I was doing that, everybody would start giving me stars because they wanted to be up on this board. They liked the fact that I was directly engaging with it. And I implemented a feature into my stream specifically about stars. So it's not just me saying, hey, thanks for the stars, the same thing that everybody else does. Suddenly I've separated myself and made stars more important than all the other things. And once it was very, very clear once I did that I got a lot more stars in return. And the people and the viewers just had a lot more fun giving me stars because I got to try to draw on the screen and they would play around with me and they would give me different numbers. So I had to do math and add up all the stars and I would always complain about it and they would just keep doing it to like also annoy me and troll me a little bit too, which is always a nice kind of dynamic whenever they have the power to do that.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to annoy you and troll you by giving you money, hell yeah, that sounds good to me. That's a brilliant strategy. This is one from the old school playbook of Twitch, and I know some people still do it today, but a lot of people will, if you have a nice physical space that you're in, what you can do behind you, instead of doing a green screen like I have right now, you can use chalk paint and chalk paint the back wall behind your streaming rig, and then people write on chalk all of their subs up there or their top donations over there, and they can even do a secondary camera that's just on the chalkboard. So when they're writing it up there, it's something special, right? Like you're getting the streamer not only to just do a shout out, like thanks for the 2,000 stars, I really appreciate you, but they're taking the time to write your name and put you into streaming history until they hit the erase button or use an eraser. I think it's a brilliant strategy. I love it. I want to see you build on that. And I want to see that entire over there in that corner. If you're watching the video version, I want to see that whole corner of your room somehow become like a wall of fan subs and stars. And you really build that out and make that like Ashrel's wall of fame right there. I love that concept.
I have a lot of fun with it too. It's nice because it's also fun. I get to use this pen and I get to like draw on the screen. And then the whole stream is not just about like gaming the whole time. It can be a little bit more fun and organic. And I can sit down and have a conversation with my audience. So there's so many benefits. The long story short, implement something special with stars to make it bigger and better than just your average notification and something more than just saying thank you.
Ooh, I like it. Number 6, turn on chat commands and live dashboard. So let's start with this. What are the chat commands? What do they do? And where do we turn them on?
Okay. I'm going to show this on screen because for so long I missed this and I was kicking myself yesterday. Basically, you get in your live dashboard, if you go under latest comments, you click this triple dot button up here, a drop down will occur. and you have enabled chat commands, this is disabled by default. It will not have that check there. It'll actually look like this. Make sure you click it. You have to enable it, or you won't be able to use chat commands.
Which is a freaking crime, by the way. Zuck, what are you doing? Why would you disable chat commands by default? Why wouldn't you want gaming live streams to have chat commands on by default? Why do you have to enable it? This doesn't make any sense. It's so ridiculous that you have to manually go through this process. What kinds of commands are available there, just so people, streamers kind of have an idea of what they're turning on when they enable chat commands?
So the most important one is !notify, and I'll actually write that down, but that one allows users to automatically follow your stream if they come into chat, and a lot of viewers will know this now if they frequent Facebook gaming. They have !notify. It automatically follows your channel and will notify them the next time you go live. It's the hands down like one of the only reasons to make sure this is on, and it's the best type of follow you can get because it's the same as them clicking the follow button and then clicking the bell notification at the same time, just typing that single command. So it is the most incredible command, and you need to have chat commands open for it. Let me see if I can write this out for you guys here real quick. There are more than that. I don't know offhand. I don't have the page open right now on what they are, but
that's okay. You don't need to know specifically what they are, but they're basic commands like notify, and I think also, yeah, there's some other commands as well. You know what? Let's do an episode about those commands later, or ways to use chat to your advantage, and we can go over those details.
Ooh, I like it. All right, number 5. We're right on time, by the way, here. Use page-like advertising to meet your level up creator requirements. Now, this is actually very important, and it doesn't actually take a whole lot of advertising budget, does it?
It shouldn't. So you're only looking for 100. The requirement for level up creator is only 100 page likes. So even if you're spending 25 to 35 cents per page like, you should be able to get there pretty easily. I would argue do it in the cheapest way possible. It is pretty easy to get like 5 cents or lower per page like. If you target lower cost regions of the world, the Philippines would be one of those. Malaysia, a lot of the Eastern Asian countries and territories have much cheaper ad rates. You just need the 100 follows. They don't even need to be good. You just need to hit the requirement. Or you can make them good if you want and get some relevant follows to your page. Arguably, though, they won't really matter too much because page-like advertising isn't useful inherently for Facebook gaming and for level up creators. So you're really just trying to fulfill the requirement as cheap as possible. So just go for garbage, cheap likes. Once you get 100, turn it off. You're done.
I agree. We've tried, just so you guys know, and you know what? If there are some Facebook advertising experts out there that want to give this another crack, please do it. Share your results with us at Digital Drop Pod on Twitter. We're open to it, but we've tried highly targeted viewers in USA, Canada, Australia, like let's say English-speaking markets, prime markets. Those didn't really convert into actual concurrent viewers, and we did the global strategy where we just dumped 10,000 plus global viewers in there to see if that worked. Didn't make much of an impact at all. So I don't know. It just doesn't seem to work. So be really careful with your money. There is a different way to spend your money though, right, Perrin? Called through plays, which can actually help you serve another objective after you get those 100 likes. But maybe we'll cover that in a future number. I don't want to knock Ross off his plan. Ross, what's the next number in our top 10 tips?
Number 4, use the webcam. Now, actually, now that I think about it after seeing this, going through Facebook gaming, I've literally never seen anybody that's not on a webcam having a successful stream. I'm sure they're out there. So why is this so important? Is it just because relatability, being able to see the person that you're watching?
I mean, people are like, if they're like you, Ross, they're so gorgeous on camera.
Right.
You're not using your greatest asset, that moneymaker area right here. But Perrin, you were going to say something legitimate.
No, that was exactly it. No, you're right. There is. I don't think there's anybody streaming on Facebook without a camera. Viewers on Facebook are looking for an experience where they can hang out with you. They want to watch gameplay, but they also want to be able to interact with you. And the interaction, without being able to see you on screen, they're losing 90% of what they're looking for. So if you don't have a webcam, you're actually making a stream like you're missing 90% of a potential audience because you're not delivering what the audience is looking for. So you're going to have a really hard time growing, and everybody else is going to beat you. And they're going to steal up your audience so quickly, because the audience are looking for a reaction. They're looking for a human that they can interact with online through a chat. They can see you live, see what you look like, see your facial reactions, see your smile, not just hear your voice. So it is essential for Facebook. It's even more required on Facebook, I believe, than it was on Twitch.
Nippon on YouTube. We do this show live. By the way, we're restreaming on multiple platforms right now. We're live on Twitch, DLive, Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, thanks to our sponsorship with Restream.io. If you guys are interested in picking up Restream, there's a link in our bio on Twitter and in our YouTube video and in the description on our podcast notes for each episode. You can use drop25, one word, no space, drop25 at checkout. That's the numbers 25, DROP25, to get 25% off Restream.io to stream on every platform, by the way. But Nippon was saying that they saw someone on Mixer that had around 3,000 followers and plenty of subscribers that had no webcam. So you can be an exception to having no webcam and be successful. That is true. But just generally speaking, people that do that generally have exceptional gameplay skills. They're like esports level in their game, or they're like the top, 1% of 1% in terms of gameplay. So keep that in mind. If you're one of those people, you can perhaps get away with no webcam. Ross, take us to the next one.
Titles. Everyone knows titles. We talk about titles all the time on here and how important they are for not only your stream, not only your YouTube videos, but obviously Facebook Gaming Now. You guys have some of the most creative titles that I've seen on Facebook Gaming, and I have a hard time believing that they don't contribute to your success.
Thank you. Perrin pulled up one of my titles here, which, by the way, had a great thumbnail to go with it, too. So this one is 97% of COD mobile players miss this one thing. And then the thumbnail, I got like a nice, beautiful looking screenshot of the game. I circle arrowed that crap. There's like, and in the thumbnail, you can't see it here, but in the thumbnail, there's like a little window in this area of this multiplayer map where snipers usually hang out. And so any Call of Duty player who's familiar with this map would know their eyes would go straight to that window, right? Because you're scared to death. There's a sniper up there or somebody with an assault rifle up there trying to pick you off. So clickbait titles is the way to go. Now, the term clickbait is wildly misused, right? You don't want to say something that you aren't going to deliver on. You don't want to talk about a game that you're not playing. You don't want to put something in your thumbnail on Facebook that is not representative of the content. I mean, look, my title is just an exciting title that just gets people to click. It says I'm playing Call of Duty mobile. There's nothing insidious going on here. If I said something like, we'll take my top off for, Facebook stars, and I put a picture of like, an 18-year-old girl in my thumbnail, that would be insidious clickbait. So make sure that your title is exciting, it's clickable, but it's not actually, misleading the audience in telling them that they're going to get something that they're not. Perrin, do you have anything to add to the title strategy?
The only thing I add is 100% correct. I've found the exact same thing across the board. Is document your titles that work, and feel free to reuse them a lot, especially if they work. It'll help you succeed. Titles are and this is the reason they're number 3 on the list. They are one of the most impactful things you can do to help your stream, to get more people into it. So put a lot of time and thought into your title. It's more important than a lot of other elements.
Number 2 is alerts, and we got to move through these last two kind of quickly. Alerts, I know they're important because I see them come up for you guys all the time, but I'm not seeing them for most other streamers. So is there a way to turn these on, and why should they be on?
Absolutely, they should be on. Perrin, just pushed me, and even my audience pushed me to turn alerts on my stream. Here, I'll go ahead and pull up your screen. I'm sure an alert will come up while we're watching it, but it's not some sort of, next level digital drop podcast secret here that you should have alerts. But the main reason is that you kind of get that alert train going. You get that follower train going, that share train going, that star train going. And it constantly reminds your audience to do the things that you want them to do to engage with your stream. And Facebook is measuring, your stream for engagement. And the more engagement you get, the more it's going to push your stream in the algorithm. And so alerts help remind your audience to do those things the algorithm wants passively. Right, Perrin?
Yeah, so I noticed that I got way more follows as soon as I added follow notifications with sounds. Once one audience member sees that notification go up, it's a bandwagon effect. And same with stars, same with shares on Facebook. I mean, same with any mechanic you can do on Facebook. So it's really easy to go out there and find, if you don't want to design your own, to find alert templates out there on the internet. There's plenty of resources for it. There's lots of free stuff as well. And there's plenty of free sounds too. Hell, even the default like Streamlabs notifications are good. At least have those. And you can even customize those with your own GIFs and things like that. I'm looking to show you one here. For whatever reason, I'm in like a dry spot. These notifications occur all stream long. The other thing they really help you do is engage and talk to your audience. They give you something to say when you might not have anything to say. It gives you a way to welcome people into your stream, to introduce them, make them feel at home. It's crucial to the success of your stream. Alerts improve engagement by a phenomenal percentage.
They really do. And Streamlabs has a marketplace built in. I bought Streamlabs Prime. I'm not paid to say this, but if you buy something like Streamlabs Prime, you can get access to the entire library of Streamlabs overlays. A lot of them are very high quality, and many of them, if you use the Streamlabs apps, actually let you customize things like the follower bars and the webcam borders with your brand colors. So on my streams, I'm actually, hey, there's a star notification on the screen. There it is, Nate Robbins stars. There it is. Boom. But it actually lets you customize the branded colors for a lot of the assets, so it looks like it's custom designed for your brand. You see how I'm like purple and bluey here in my background? I actually made mine look like it was custom made for me. So Streamlabs has some good offerings, all built into the streaming software, and it makes it easier than other platforms because you're not having to connect the dots between downloading a file and then implementing and importing it and then linking a yada yada yada. It helps simplify the process. But there's that star notification from one of your top fans, also one of my top fans, Nate Robbins, donating 69 stars for the lulz.
Yeah, and then I write this on the screen, and then more people were donating stars, and suddenly I had 3 to 4 star donators. And this was like the very beginning of my stream, because the bandwagon effect. Nate Robbins almost always comes in, and he's awesome. He's a great fan. He's my best one. He comes in right as the stream starts, drops stars, knowing, and he does this, he's smart. He does this knowing that when he does that, other people are going to give stars too. So he likes to create the bandwagon effect. Yeah, and it does. It works.
Nate is very smart. Ross, take us to the next one.
Last one, number 1, through play advertising. Let's just get on right to it. Perrin, I know that you've worked a lot with through play advertising. If this is number 1 on your list, this must be incredibly effective.
This is a surprise number 1, I'll be honest.
It is. Like, I was surprised.
I feel like a lot of other top 10 lists would be like, and be sure to engage with your chat. It's so essential that you show love to your chat. Instead, we're like, no, actually, you need to use through play advertising, the advertising method that allows you to get quality viewership through babada retargeting, snurpa sturpa derb. This is highly technical, Perrin. Can you make it simple for our audience and even first tell them what through play advertising even is, and then what it's going to do to help you?
So through play advertising is quite simply a video view of 15 seconds, guaranteed 15 seconds. That means you're paying for a user to watch your video for 15 seconds, which is the longest view in all of the advertising platforms and internet advertising. Okay. The reason it's number 1 is because this function right here is what separates Facebook from all of the other streaming platforms. Is you can actually invest and reinvest your earnings into more efficient views for your channel. And this allows you to actually grow. It's not like YouTube where you can buy views on a video, sure, but it doesn't do anything. They're not real views. They don't really help. They just increase your view number and without doing anything else. On Facebook, this actually does a lot. And this connects on every other point on the list. This is why it's number 1. It connects to polls. It connects to the pinned comment. It connects to getting follows on your page and increasing follow engagement. It connects to increasing engagement on your videos itself. Here is the overall strategy that we're looking at. And this is the fun, bonus level strategy that you can't do on any other platform. You have a stream. Let's say it's got 100 likes on it. and you advertise it. When you advertise it and viewers watch it, they will additionally like your stream. And I'm going to actually walk you through it. And I've showed this before, but I'm going to show it again.
Didn't you do an entire advertising episode on our YouTube channel? I think almost exclusively right on Facebook advertising. Go check that out if you guys haven't already. It's like an actual step-by-step tutorial. But Perrin's just going to give the overview right now. Yeah,
so I'm going to give you the overview of the full strategy. You can watch that advertising tutorial. So once I've advertised, you know, I've got a bunch of likes. In fact, let's just do it from the advertiser here. This video, I've got 10,000 plays on, and it was a monster. It did amazing. And this was actually not an edited thing. This was just my live stream plopped in as an ad. So if I go view the Facebook post, and I don't know if I've done this today, but and I click on the likes, notice I've got 221 likes. A lot of these came from just going live itself. But then what I'll notice is that, look, I've got Mark Steven here who likes it because of my advertisement. Guess what? I can invite him now to like my page. This is a better method of page growth than like advertising, first of all. And on no other platform can you do this. So how do you get people to actually like your stream as an advertisement? They look at the poll and they say, have you reacted to the stream yet? They look at the pinned comment and it says, have you reacted to the stream yet? And then they react. Now you can invite them to like the page. Chances are, I mean, not everybody is going to accept, but some will. And this is a faster method of growing your audience. This is like the meta level strategy for Facebook to get advertising to help work and grow your page. Going through each stream and clicking the invite button and personally inviting people to like your page is way better than them trying to do it from an advertisement perspective. So this works insanely well. It's been growing my stream at like an exponential rate by doing it. There's no other platform where you can pay. And by the way, it's not like I'm paying a lot of money here. These campaigns, I'm spending $1 to $2 per day. And actually, I'm spending $2 per day on these. Look at this, 10,000 views. They're not garbage views. They're turning into actual follows.
Man, that was fire right there. I don't know how we can end the episode on anything better than that. Ross, you got anything else? Take us out of here unless there's something else.
I can't end it perfectly. $1 a day. If you can afford $1 a day, you can potentially recreate what Andrew Perrin's doing. If you didn't catch any of these tips, you turned in late, you can go watch the full replay on YouTube. And also you can watch the audio or listen to the audio replay on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. We will be back tomorrow with more.